On December 28, 2025, officers in Margate City, New Jersey responded after a Porsche backed into another vehicle outside a restaurant. The driver, Allison Siegel, was a successful dentist who seemed far more worried about her reputation than the crash itself. But once officers asked one simple question, who was driving, her perfect image started falling apart on Bodycam. If you have ever seen someone make things worse by trying too hard to protect how they look, hit the like button before we break this one down.
I could just freely go home, hopefully.
You what?
I could just freely go home.
Yeah, just need your registration and insurance for the car.
It's all in the car.
Yeah, you can get it.
You do. Frozen. I don't drive, so I wasn't planning on driving. I came out because I saw it crash into.
9601.
Wait, your car was crashed into?
Operators can be
Yeah,
a 310.
Who was driving?
I just saw it outside.
Huh?
Vehicle 2.
I saw that it was I wasn't driving.
Jersey Mike 34.
This car backed into that car, right?
That's been parked by the vehicle here.
I saw that it got crashed into it, and then I came out to leave. So.
Okay, well, we still need all your stuff to do an accident report.
Just confirming vehicle 2 is Mike 34 uniform Echo Whiskey.
Do you not know where the stuff is?
Mike 34 uniform.
Whose car is it?
Mine, but I just purchased it maybe a few months ago.
Do you have car insurance?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, I don't know where you keep it.
I don't know where I put it. To be honest.
What did they say? She backed into that car?
The only thing I asked him was to confirm that it was his car.
I think this is probably this is the best I have. But I'm very I'm a very secure person, so I like to have everything.
Wait, so I don't understand. You're saying that somebody else got in this car and moved it?
No, I'm saying that everything was fine, and then we were heading back home, and then my friend was gonna drive home, and then everything
Well, where's your friend?
in that bar.
She backed into that car.
Yeah.
Well, where's she at? We need her.
Well, it's fine. I backed into it. I'm gonna take responsibility.
Who's driving the car?
Who really did it? Who was driving this car?
Me.
Okay, well, why are you saying your friend?
I'm gonna take responsibility.
Oh, I don't understand why. Are you driving, or is it somebody else driving that's in the bar?
No one. No one was taking responsibility, so
Who was in this car and backed into that car?
neither me or my friend, to be honest.
Well, somebody got in this car and it moved. So
Yeah.
who was in the car?
Me or my friend, but neither of us are taking responsibility. Okay, yeah, myself.
There's only one answer. Somebody was in the driver's seat of this car and backed into that car.
Okay.
Who was in the driver's seat of this
Me.
car? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're being...
Passenger in the car?
No. Yeah, and I'm heading back home, so.
I don't understand why it's a hard question. It's not a hard question.
It is a hard question, because if you actually ask for an answer.
I don't even understand what you're trying to tell me.
I think it becomes complicated because I'm also a doctor, and then it makes myself complicated. So I don't want to be
Okay, step over here.
it makes things more complicated because I don't want to yeah.
All right, come over the sidewalk. Well, you're not being honest with me. And I'm trying to decide if you said if you're driving and you back in his car, or you say your friend was. So I need your answer of what's going on.
I mean, I don't think that anything happens wrong, so
It's just minor. That's why I don't understand why you just don't tell me what's happening.
I don't understand either.
Under vehicle 2.
How do you not understand?
Jersey plate.
There's probably a camera right here, and if you're not honest, then
I definitely didn't do anything wrong. I just think that
oh, look, somebody backed into that little car right there.
it was not me.
Was it this car?
For that damage, no. Definitely not.
How do you think so?
For me, for that damage, because it had to be extreme.
No, it doesn't. Well, there's a mark right on your bumper.
Oh, well then maybe you're right then.
Okay. How much did you have to drink?
I had 2 martinis. And I wasn't planning on driving home, so I was going to stay here and Uber, so
Well, then how'd the car move?
my friend.
See, you keep saying that. Who was in the car driving? If you're not honest, then we're going to move further here.
I'm not going to tell you who was going to drive the car home.
Well, somebody was in this car and drove into that car.
I
and we-
know, and I'm not
and-
going to tell you who, because that looks worse on me.
We can go about this a couple different ways.
Oh God.
They only really escalate from here.
Yeah, I know. I'm a dentist. I do teeth. I'm in this area, so I really can't. I don't want to look bad, so
What do you mean you don't want to look bad?
Somebody drove into that car.
I know.
It's a minor accident, and all it would be in an accident report. But with you being dishonest with us,
I know.
then we can escalate things. So this could be over in 2 minutes, or we can go get a camera and figure out who was driving.
Just say it was me.
We're going to look at the cameras. Was it
me-
you or was it not
It was
you?
me or my friend. It was one of the two of us, so,
How do you not know?
you know. I know there's a lot of things going on.
I mean, so this is like a traffic offense?
Yeah.
Could be getting into a criminal offense?
No, it's definitely not criminal.
It is if you lie to us about a basic
No,
question.
I'm not lying. guys
You are
just-
lying. You're saying, I don't know if I was driving or somebody else was driving.
I can't remember. You guys are asking a lot of questions.
We're just trying to figure out who was driving this car that backed into that car. It's not
It
a
was
hard
me.
question.
It was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point now, with you saying you were the one driving and everything like that,
Yeah.
I just want to check to make sure that you're okay, that you can operate. Okay. Whenever you're comfortable, you may begin.
Where are you going? Did you demonstrate it?
I did, just as instructed. Now you're lying. All right. Improper time.
You demonstrate heel tips.
Yes.
I freeze to death.
Next test.
It's cold.
Next test is going to be the one-legged stand. Okay.
1001, 1002.
Wait till he tells you to start.
So on and so forth until I tell you to stop, okay? Alright, it's important to remember, keep your arms down to your side. Keep that foot elevated, parallel to the ground, 6 inches off the ground. Okay? You're going to look down at that foot and count out loud in the manner that I described to you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you may begin.
1, 2,
Foot parallel to the ground.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Alright, you can stop.
Do you have a phone anywhere? Is there a phone in the car? Do you have a phone in your purse? Do you need anything out of your car?
Probably in my car, yeah.
Your what?
No, I don't have it with me.
Your phone?
No,
Is it in the car?
probably, yeah.
Where are your car keys?
Probably with my friend in the car in Maynard's.
Who's your friend?
Devin Hassiter.
All right. Well, we need to get the keys to your car, and you need your phone. Your phone's in your car. Did we take pictures of the damage and everything?
I think that's got it.
It's that extreme.
You're being arrested for driving while intoxicated. So yes.
She's the RO for that car too. So
Just, can you grab this first?
Let me hold your purse, please.
Yeah.
It's going to stay with you, okay? Good. Turn around, back face me.
We were safe. You can choose out for testing.
Francis while he's on.
Do not properly perform the test or do not provide sufficient breath samples, I will charge you with refusal to submit to breath testing. I repeat, the law requires you to submit samples of your breath for testing. Will you submit the samples of your breath?
No.
Now I ask you again, will you submit to breath testing?
No. So, what's myself?
well, I'm sorry, what was that? What'd you say?
I just go watch with myself
You have a lot. What?
to figure out myself
Oh,
with
okay.
everything going on. It's
Okay.
a lot.
You have, family you can talk to, and
Obviously, yes. Because
Okay.
I live on its own, so I'll just figure it out.
you don't want to hurt yourself, do you?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
No, I'm very successful. I'm an amazing dentist.
I'm sure you
I make
are.
like 500. I make $500,000 a year. I'm fine. I'm just
Okay.
like, that's why I drive a Porsche. I'm just like, I'm fine. It's just like, it's a lot going on right now. So this is like the last thing I need.
Now for tonight, obviously you refuse to give us breath samples, but you're under arrest for DUI. You have to have someone come pick you up, or you have to wait here a minimum of 12 hours. We can't just let you go without you being released to someone.
Okay.
Now this person has to sign a form that says if you get behind the car, wheel of a car, and you drive, and there's something, and you're, obviously you get pulled over, whatever else, then they get charged with, the offense as well. So this is,
Everyone I know that I would have like signed into this is like going into the police academy within this year.
okay. So,
I'm an actual like physician, doctor in this town, so it's like
Okay.
really embarrassing.
so just to reiterate, for tonight, we want you to be able to get home and kind of decompress a little bit. So just start thinking of someone that is not intoxicated, that will be
My
able to
mom, she's like 3 hours away.
Any other friends or an adult, responsible adult that hasn't been drinking tonight? Okay.
No,
I
like live in a town where I work in, and then it's like everyone around me, like I'm like the main person, so this is kind of embarrassing. So
I don't understand. Everyone's out with you tonight is what you're trying to say?
no, it's I normally don't go out ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
So this is like a new thing for me, and my mom like called me tonight. I was like, "What are you doing?" Da da da. So she's like 3 hours away from me.
Okay. Dad?
Dad
Yeah.
died last year.
Sorry to hear that. A friend? Any other friends?
She's out with me tonight.
She's out, she's been drinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other friends, acquaintances, someone that
You can ask people in the police force that they were all out with me tonight.
okay. Margate police?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll call mom. We'll see how quickly she can
My
get down here.
mom. Oh my god, she cannot come down.
If you don't look, I'm not forcing you to call anybody. I'm trying to
She's
explain
like
to you.
3 hours from here.
I'm just trying to explain to you the alternative is you have to be here until 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow.
Okay.
So, and that's in the cell.
Okay.
Make your call, no text, whatever else, just call whoever
Like
you
a
gotta
normal
call.
phone call?
Yeah,
Well, it's like 2:30 in the morning. He's supposed to pick up.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a text message, no one's gonna, more likely to wake someone up from a phone call, am I right?
So what am I supposed to tell him? Like pick me up from what?
111 North Decatur Avenue,
Yeah, at the Margate
Margate
Police
City Police
Department.
Department.
He'll know he's a cop, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's just on today's date, right? Because it's all coming
Yeah.
out at this time.
Hi, Francis. I was just arrested. I wanted to see if you could come. I'm being serious. I know it sounds like a joke, but I wanted to see if you could come pick me up.
I can get you at 5.
At 5?
Yeah, get off. What did you get arrested for?
Can you talk to the officer about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you talk to him?
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, it's Officer Mazzio.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Good. It was DUI.
DUI, okay.
Yeah.
I get off here at 5.
Okay. Yeah, I
obviously
mean-
you can't get somebody.
No, you were your first call, so
right.
Is there someone else you want to call? Okay. She said you're the guy. And then obviously you know the potential liability and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can accommodate her till 5.
Alright, which station, or where you guys at?
Margate.
Margate?
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you want the address?
No, I know where it's at.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. Thank
Cool.
you. If
Yep.
she doesn't find anyone else, just call my friend, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, I'll see you guys.
Shit.
I feel so bad because it's literally his birthday.
Sound like he was working.
I know, he is working.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm taking him to his birthday dinner. I reserved a giant reservation for him and all his friends at Stephen Cookies tonight. So I feel a little bad. Yeah, no, this is not ideal. He's my good friend, but this is not good. I'm not.
Don't worry about the times and stuff because you're gonna input this online. This is just gonna be your template.
Is this
so
going
you have all
into?
the
Is this going to
information.
go into my medical?
I don't know how that works.
Is people are going to see this when they
Just focus on what we're doing.
Yeah, this is just us. This is our departmental stuff. Okay.
shaking?
All right. Are you currently sick?
No. I think if you were to breathalyze me, I'd be point. I think I would be below the legal limit, to be honest.
Are you under the care of a doctor?
Myself, yeah.
Just yourself?
Yep.
No, nothing for medicine, anything else. Just
What makes this video so revealing is that the crash itself appears minor. No dramatic wreck, no high-speed chase, no destroyed intersection. Just a late-night parking situation outside a restaurant and a Porsche that backed into another car. In another version of events, this could have been handled like a routine traffic accident. Exchange information, be honest, accept responsibility, and move on to the next step. But that is not what happens. Instead, the first major problem becomes honesty. The officer is trying to answer the most basic question in any crash investigation. Who was operating the vehicle? That should not be complicated. A car moved, a car hit another car, someone was in the driver's seat. But Allison gives versions that do not fit together. At one point, it sounds like a friend may have been driving. Then she says she will take responsibility. Then it becomes unclear again. Then she suggests no one is taking responsibility. The officer keeps bringing the conversation back to the same obvious reality. The Porsche did not drive itself. That is where her reputation problem starts creating a legal problem. She does not seem focused on the damaged vehicle. She does not seem focused on making the other driver whole. She seems focused on how this is going to look. She says she is a doctor, she is in the area, she does teeth, and she does not want to look bad. And that is the first major lesson of the case. When you are more worried about protecting your status than telling the truth, you often make yourself look worse than the truth ever would have. A minor crash is embarrassing. A driving while intoxicated investigation is serious. But lying or giving conflicting stories to police makes the whole encounter feel darker. It tells the officer that the person is not simply confused, they may be trying to control the narrative before the facts are gathered, and once an officer starts thinking that, the tone changes. The situation stops feeling like a simple accident report and starts feeling like an investigation into what someone is trying to hide. Her career makes the body cam even more uncomfortable. She repeatedly frames herself through her professional identity. She is not just a driver, she is a successful dentist. She is someone who makes $500,000 a year. She drives a Porsche. She lives and works in the same community. She knows people. She has a reputation. And all of that may be true. But none of it changes the question in front of the officer. Did she drive after drinking? Did she back into another car? Can she safely operate a vehicle? Those questions do not become less important because the driver has a prestigious job. That is the trap of status. People spend years building an identity around being responsible, successful, educated, and respected. Then one bad night threatens to expose a version of them that does not fit that image. Some people respond by taking accountability immediately because they understand the image is already damaged and honesty is the only thing that can limit the damage. Others try to negotiate with reality. They minimize. They shift. They imply someone else was involved. They talk about who they are instead of what they did. And in that moment, the status they are trying to protect becomes the thing that makes the footage more embarrassing. Her admission about drinking also matters. She says she had 2 martinis and was not planning on driving home. That detail is important because it shows she understands the responsible plan. She was going to stay or take a ride. She knew driving was not the right move, but the vehicle moved anyway, and once it hit another car, the plan no longer mattered. good intentions before a bad decision do not erase the bad decision. "I was not planning to drive" is not a defense if the evidence shows you drove. The officer's warning is also very clear. He tells her that this could have been over quickly, but dishonesty can escalate things. That is a key point in almost every impaired driving investigation. The initial violation may be one issue, but the person's behavior during the investigation can either keep things contained or make the officer more suspicious. If the driver gives simple answers, follows instructions, and accepts the process, the case may still be serious, but it stays cleaner. If the driver keeps changing the story, the officer now has impairment, crash evidence, and credibility issues all working together. Then come the field sobriety exercises. These exercises are not just about whether someone can balance like an athlete. They test attention, listening, divided focus, memory, physical control, and the ability to follow instructions under pressure. That is why they become so revealing in impaired driving cases. A person may insist they are fine, but if they cannot follow the instructions properly, lose track of the sequence, or perform poorly, officers will treat that as part of the total picture. In Allison's case, the crash, the admission to drinking, the conflicting stories, and the poor performance all point in the same direction. This is where the case stops being about money completely. A Porsche does not make someone sober. A medical title does not improve coordination. A high income does not undo a crash. A professional reputation does not make field sobriety exercises disappear. The law is supposed to reduce everyone to the same basic standard. Were you safe to drive or not? And in that moment, all the things she seems proud of are irrelevant to the officer's decision. That is probably what makes the arrest hit her so hard. She is not only facing a legal consequence, she is facing a collapse of identity. She is used to being seen as accomplished, successful, and respectable. Now she is in handcuffs after a restaurant crash, being processed like any other impaired driving suspect. For some people, that psychological fall is more frightening than the ticket itself. The fear is not just, what is the penalty? It is, who will know? At the station, that fear becomes even clearer. She talks about being an amazing dentist. She says she makes $500,000 a year. She mentions the Porsche. She says she is an actual doctor in the town and that the situation is embarrassing. Those statements are revealing because they do not help her legally. They are not answers to the officer's processing questions. They are status signals. She is trying to remind the room, and maybe herself, that this is not who she really is. But that is the uncomfortable truth about Bodycam footage. It records the night you are having, not the person you want people to believe you are. You may be successful 364 days a year, but if on one night you drink, drive, crash, give conflicting stories, refuse breath samples, and then talk about your income, the camera captures that version too. A reputation is not destroyed by the existence of a body cam. It is damaged by the behavior the body cam records. The refusal to provide breath samples adds another layer. At the station, the standard statement is read to her, and she refuses to submit samples of her breath. Many people make that choice thinking it will protect them because there will be no number. But refusal can carry its own consequences, and it can also look bad in the larger story. If someone insists they would be below the legal limit but refuses the test that could help prove it, most viewers are going to notice the contradiction. You cannot confidently say the result would help you while also refusing to produce the result. Now, there may be legal strategies behind refusing chemical testing in some situations, and lawyers can argue those issues later, but from a public perception standpoint, it rarely looks good, especially when combined with a crash, drinking admission, poor field sobriety performance, and shifting stories about who is driving. The refusal does not happen in a vacuum. It becomes one more piece of the same puzzle. Her concern about the case affecting her medical or professional record also feels very real. For licensed professionals, arrests involving alcohol can carry consequences far beyond the courtroom. There may be board concerns, employer concerns, patient trust concerns, insurance concerns, and reputational damage in the local community. That does not mean her life is literally over, and it does not mean one conviction erases every good thing she has ever done. But it does mean the risk is bigger for someone whose career depends heavily on public trust. That is why the title idea of a rich Karen realizing her life is over works emotionally, even if the literal statement is exaggerated. Her life is not over, but the version of her life where she controlled the image completely is over. Before this, she may have been able to think of herself as the successful local professional with the expensive car and respectable name. After this, there is now a public record, a body cam video, and a conviction tied to operating under the influence. That is not the end of a life, but it is the end of the illusion that status can fully protect someone from consequence. The release process also shows the practical aftermath of an impaired driving arrest. Officers cannot simply let her walk out and drive away. She needs a responsible adult to pick her up, or she has to wait. That becomes another moment of embarrassment because she has to call someone and say the words out loud. She was arrested. Not inconvenienced, not delayed, arrested. And the person on the phone has to sign a potential liability warning before taking responsibility for her release. That is a long way from the polished version of the night she probably expected when she went out. It is also worth noting that the officers are not treating her like a celebrity or a monster. They are processing the case. They explain the options. They tell her what is required. They ask about someone sober who can pick her up. They walk her through the reality of the situation. That ordinary tone may be what makes the footage more humiliating for her. There is no dramatic exception. No special arrangement because she is a dentist. No escape route because she makes good money, just paperwork, warnings, custody, phone calls, and consequences. There is a broader lesson here about people who believe achievement should soften accountability. Success can be admirable. A demanding career takes discipline. Building wealth takes work. Helping patients matters. But none of that creates a separate legal lane. If anything, professional success should make a person more aware of consequences, not less. A dentist understands risk, liability, precision, and trust. That is why the decision to drink and then operate a vehicle looks even worse. The more responsibilities someone has in daily life, the less convincing it is when they act like accountability should surprise them. The most human part of the video is that she seems to understand, deep down, how bad it looks before she fully accepts why it happened. She keeps circling back to embarrassment. She knows people may see it. She knows her work life could be affected. She knows the town is small. She knows the Porsche, the income, and the professional title will not make the footage disappear. What she struggles with is the simpler truth. The embarrassment came after the choice, not before it. The way to avoid the damage was not to manage the story better. It was not to drive after drinking in the first place. According to the case information, Allison was charged with operating under the influence, refusal to submit to a chemical test, and reckless driving. Court records indicate that on April 13, 2026, she pleaded guilty to operating under the influence. As part of the outcome, she had to spend 12 hours at an intoxicated driver resource center, use an ignition interlock device for 3 months, and pay a total of $640 in fines, while the other 2 citations were dismissed as part of a plea agreement. That outcome is important because it shows the difference between panic and reality. In the moment, she talks like her whole life is ending. The legal penalty, at least in the final court outcome provided, was not the end of her life. It was a conviction, an education requirement, an ignition interlock device, and fines. Serious, yes. Embarrassing, yes. Professionally uncomfortable, very possibly. But not life-ending. The tragedy is that she may have made herself look worse through panic, dishonesty, and status flexing than she would have looked by simply taking accountability early. This is the final lesson. Status does not prevent consequences, but humility can reduce damage. If she had said, "I drove, I had drinks, I made a mistake, I will cooperate," the case still would not disappear, but the footage would feel very different. Instead, the body cam shows a person trying to preserve an image while the facts keep pulling that image apart. The Porsche, the income, the title, and the town reputation all become part of the irony. In the end, she was not ruined because she was successful. She was not targeted because she was wealthy. She was not embarrassed because she was a dentist. She was embarrassed because a successful person made a dangerous decision, then seemed more concerned with how it looked than why it mattered. And once that happens on Bodycam, money can buy a lot of things, but it cannot buy the old version of the story back.